He lingered near the dock until dusk, staring into the fog that refused to thin. The sea was glass again, too still. When he finally turned back toward the tower, he stopped. Footprints led up from the tide line. Bare feet, long splayed toes, webbed impressions pressed deep into the wet rock. That night, the generator faltered. The lights dimmed, then surged back, flickering like a heartbeat. Jonas went below to check the system while Ada pored over the keeper's final journal pages by lamplight. They call when it shines, the man had written. The sea is not empty. The light draws them home. She shut the book. Her throat felt tight. From outside came a low, almost human wail carried by the fog. Reed stepped to the window. That's not wind. Callum swore and grabbed a flashlight. I'm checking the lines. Stay inside, Ada said. But he was already at the door, the beam cutting into gray nothing. The air outside was so thick he could barely see 5 feet ahead. The light bounced off the fog, catching glimpses of stone, rope, the glint of wet metal. Hey, he called. Anybody out there? The answer came as a faint splash near the dock. He edged closer. Something floated against the pylons. An old ship's plate, corroded green, the name barely legible, Astor. He turned toward the tower and froze. There was a figure halfway up the stairs, standing motionless. Jonas, he called. The figure tilted its head. The sound of water dripped from somewhere above, slow and steady. Then it stepped forward, and the beam hit its face, pale, stretched, features half-formed, eyes black as tide pools. Callum stumbled back, the flashlight slipping from his hand and vanishing into the mist. He ran. Inside, the door slammed. Something's out there, he gasped. Something's moving! Jonas came up from the basement, dripping wet. The water's rising inside the walls, he said. Not from below, from within. The light flickered again. The beam outside began to rotate slower, grinding through gears that hadn't moved in decades. And then, faintly, through the static hum of the generator, came a voice. It wasn't any of theirs. It spoke through the intercom, wet, hollow, and calm. The light burns. The sea answers. The radio crackled once, then went silent. Reed lunged for it and yanked the plug, as if cutting the power might stop the voice from remembering their names. The generator kept humming. The light above them still swept its slow arc through the fog. Ada whispered, "We have to turn it off." Jonas shook his head. "The switch won't respond. I tried before the water came up." "Then we cut the power at the source." Reed grabbed his jacket.